What's going on, everybody? It's ETA Prime back here again. Recently, AYANEO announced a bunch of new handheld gaming devices that are going to be hitting the market soon. Plus, they're creating a new budget-friendly sub-brand known as KONKR. So in this video, I kind of wanted to talk about the more notable devices they recently announced and get your thoughts in the comments below. But the first thing we're going to start out here with is their newly announced budget-friendly sub-brand called KONKR. If you're familiar with AYANEO, you know they make some premium devices with a premium price tag attached. So this could definitely look very appealing to some people, but we're really going to have to wait and see about the budget-friendly side of everything. But the first device that they announced is the Pocket Fit, which actually looks like a really nice little handheld. And it does seem that they've taken a lot from their Pocket S devices and transferred it over here, albeit we don't have an aluminum shell or anything like that to save on cost. But if they can hit that same performance mark with something like this at a much lower price tag, it might be worth it to some people out there. But basically, when it comes down to the Pocket Fit, we've got a new Android device with a 6-inch 1080p 144Hz LCD display. It's powered by the Snapdragon G3 Gen 3, so you can expect some pretty decent performance out of an Android device with that chipset. It's got an 8,000 milliamp hour battery and dual trigger locks around back. With that 6-inch display, it does look like they've taken the original Pocket S, upgraded that CPU to a G3 Gen 3, and just kind of added a plastic shell. Now, it does look like it may be a bit more comfortable than the Pocket S itself. That was a super thin device. Not saying it wasn't comfortable, but it looks like with this, we'll at least have some palm rest. Now, price has not been announced yet, and that's going to be a big factor on deciding if you're going to pick something like this up. And as soon as more information is available, I will post it up in my community section. But another device they announced under the KONKR sub-brand is called the KONKR Fit. 7-inch display, it will run Windows, it's going to have an 80 watt hour battery, and really that's all the information we have right now on it. I'm actually really excited to see if they could hit those lower price points that we've really been looking for out of these handhelds, and I don't mind sacrificing a few things here and there to get that price point just right. But of course, no pricing has been revealed just yet. Now, along with AYANEO announcing their new KONKR sub-brand, they also have some new devices coming for AYANEO, and some of these do look really awesome. Like an upcoming AYANEO phone, they're also working on a tablet and a new retro mini PC. But the one I got excited about seeing was the new Pocket Flip. This is going to be the world's first dual screen Android powered handheld gaming device. And what we've seen so far does look really nice. Couple renders here and there, but they do have a full-fledged prototype, mid-sized TMR sticks, tactile D-pad, Hall effect linear triggers around back, and their new customization and performance application actually looks really awesome. It's much different from what we've seen on their other Android devices. So I do think that this is going to be a very interesting handheld from AYANEO. When it comes to the screens they opted to use, up top, it's a 7-inch 165Hz OLED panel at 1080p with up to 800 nits of brightness. Lower screen has a 4:3 aspect ratio, and it's actually a LCD, but it's a 5-inch panel, so we're going to have a lot of screen space here with this device. This is going to be powered by the Snapdragon G3X Gen 2, so it's a little lower end than that G3X Gen 3, but not by much. When it comes to Android gaming, this thing is going to handle all of the emulators you want to throw at it. 8,000 milliamp hour battery, front firing stereo speakers, and right now they did show off a couple different color options. Like the black version, which does look pretty good, and they've also got a yellow version, but if we take a look at it a little closer, you can see that the top panel is still black, so it's kind of a two-tone setup. Actually doesn't look bad like this at all. They also teased a couple other devices like the Pocket Vert, which kind of seems like a DMG style Game Boy handheld console. They'll be releasing a couple gaming accessories like a controller for your phone. I did mention they'll be releasing a new retro-inspired mini PC, but the thing that I'm most excited about is the AYANEO Next 2. So this is not going to be a cheap device whatsoever. And the design kind of stays the same from what we saw last year, but the specs have totally changed. Looks like we're going to get dual track pads. It's got a scroll wheel, and I'm not sure if this is at the top or the bottom. It kind of looks like it may be at the bottom of the unit itself. But there's no doubt that this is going to be a very powerful handheld gaming device because they opted to use the AMD Ryzen AI MAX Plus 395. I've done a lot of testing with it over here on the channel, and at lower TDPs it performs okay, but taking it on up is really where it unlocks its performance. And in a video they posted over on their YouTube channel, they did show kind of a development board that they may be using in this device. Personally, I don't think this is the exact PCB layout that they're going to be using in the handheld. Once they turned it over, it's got 3 M.2 slots. It would be nice for a handheld, but I think this is going to be slimmed down by quite a bit to go inside of a handheld. And the cooling system they've got on this is absolutely massive. 2 giant blower style cooling fans with a big old heatsink at the top. It could work. I mean, they could definitely shove this inside of a handheld, but again, I do think it'll be slimmed down by a bit. But yeah, I thought they announced some really interesting stuff here. I'm excited about their sub brand KONKR. Hopefully, they don't have a bad fur day. If they can keep those prices down on Android and x86 handhelds, it might work out really well in the US for them. The next two does kind of seem like a dream handheld, and I know that the Max Plus 395 can put down some really great performance. And of course, the Pocket Flip DS. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Do any of these handhelds have a design that's appealing to you? If that KONKR sub brand is priced low enough, is that something you'd be interested in? Let me know down below. And like always, thanks for watching.